Collectors Convention recap. I was there from actually all week, except for Sunday. And I mean, really, the main and only reason I went this year was to do something I did not do last year. That was to go ahead and get Johnny Bench's autograph on a Mitt. What's all this? This is my national recap. There you go, JT. That is a Rawlings Gold Glove Mitt, and that is Johnny Bench, 10-time Gold Glove winner, autograph on it. It's my national recap show. So that Mitt is pretty much the only reason I went. And I've got video. I'm gonna try to attach the video once this video goes. I guess I'll just touch it up and add it to it. But he was so gracious, trying his best to make sure that you see how his autograph, which is usually really smooth, it's real compressed because he tried to make it all fit and put that 10-time Gold Glove on there for me. He is such the awesome, coolest, awesome, most awesome dude. Yeah. And that was really the main reason I went to the National this year. But of course, while I was there, I did buy some cards. Oh, man. Well, I mean, Kevin, and thanks for coming by. It's, pretty much fire sale. And I wouldn't exactly call what they did fire sale, but it's the first few games after the trade deadline. It just surely seemed like a lot of those guys are playing with no heart. I haven't actually watched the game since then. So, but let me go ahead and show you all that Mitt one more time. I'm really, really happy, really proud of that. And that is Johnny Bench, 10-time Gold Glove winner, on a Rawlings Gold Glove Mitt. It's got, you notice the gold accent on the Mitt. That's why I got the auto in silver, so it would not just blend in with that. And it is a brand new Mitt, tag still on it. Thanks, Kevin. I'm gonna have to. I mean, honestly, I haven't really watched anything. I've been checking scores. They took, I think, 1 out of 3 or 4, 1 out of 4 with the Padres, something like that, and I haven't felt the best about it either. So I haven't really been watching anything. Oh, like I was saying though, while I was at the National, I did get some cards. I got some more athletics. So I went ahead and got those together. Final price for these cards, and that's one of the, I mean, I know that the price of the National, the cost of the National really is outrageous when you start talking about it, but if you could get there and pick up, some stuff, my final price for the cards on about the show, it was like I think $1.55. Oh, golly, that is, man. Your dad turned to you and said it's hard being D-backs, man. Yeah, well, that is the truth. JT, honestly, the coolest thing I saw, and that for me, that was, it was getting that auto. Now, I did go ahead and also do a PSA submission. It's my second total submission. I went ahead and brought in my 1968 Mickey Mantle, 68 Nolan Ryan rookie card, 68 Johnny Bench rookie card, and turned those in for grading. And I also went ahead and turned in 3 comic books for grading to PSA. What comics? Oh, 298, which is the first Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 298, and then I also turned in 300 and 301. This is PSA just started doing comics and magazines in the last couple of weeks or so. So I gave them a shot. No, they didn't. They didn't even basically turn them in. Those people, when you turn them in, they're, as far as I know, ninth graders, and they really didn't even look at them. All they do was process the paperwork. But the line every day for people making submissions was outrageous. All right, while I was standing in line, the guy behind me was getting something authenticated, not graded. He had a dollar bill that his grandfather had signed by Frank Sinatra. And the guy standing right next to me had a postcard signed by Ginger Rogers. So it was pretty cool that standing right next to me, two of the guys I talked to had non-sports vintage type items. My son Edison, while we were standing in line, said he overheard a conversation where somebody was trying to get something show graded, and technically the I guess the way they were doing it at the show to have something graded at the show is that they were going to call, or have everything done by Sunday evening at the end of the show, and people could go by and pick all their stuff up. I can only imagine the line toward the end of Sunday with people trying to pick up their stuff. Not to mention all the graders having to spend all, basically Friday night, Saturday night, where everybody's asleep, upgrading. So I can't see how some of those grades are going to be that accurate, because these people are going to be, sleep deprived, trying to get these things done before the end of the show. But Edison overheard one guy who purchased something at the National, brought it straight to PSA, needed to get it graded, and then he said he had it flipped on the spot. So he needed it graded on the spot so he could sell it. And the guys at PSA said that the at show grading rate was like $400, and I was to be able to get it by the end of the show. To get it in the next like hour or so, or whatever it was, $800. They doubled it. And I mean, I can only imagine what that guy was having graded so he could flip it on the spot. So that was pretty interesting. So as far as cards that I bought, I only bought a small stack of cards. Of course, they're all vintage. I didn't buy any modern stuff. I'm not a big modern autograph chaser or things like that. But those are all athletics from, what's this one right here? Preston Ward, card number 450. Let's see what year's that one. I don't know by the look of the card yet. 450 Preston Ward. That is from 58. 1958 tops. Oh, and basically after I broke it down, I paid $1.55 per card. Oh, did Maddie come in? Oh, man. Yeah, and saw Kevin's question as far as Maddie, meeting other YouTubers, and just like Maddie said, no, I didn't see anybody. I saw actually Mangini eating dinner one day. I don't even remember what day it was, at the Lowe's Hotel, which is where they did. I believe they had one YouTube get together at the Lowe's, but no, I didn't see anybody. I saw somebody who I thought was Adam from Adam's Card Closet and tried to approach him, and I walked up to the guy, and I was, of course, not sure it was Adam, and said, "Adam," and he didn't look up or didn't acknowledge me, so I could only assume that I was wrong. Here's Vic Power. I was Kansas City Athletics again. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus on this card. That's number 406. Serve. We're still on the 58s. There we go. And these cars are in, basically for paying $155. Like when I went through a dollar box, $1.50, and $2 box, and then averaged the cost out, so it came out to $1.55 a card. Hal Smith, catcher. Little off center, top to bottom there, or left to right when you consider that's the back. If you look at it here, you can see it left to right. But decent corners, nice cards. Oh, sorry. I was trying to limo. I couldn't tell you. I haven't followed Eric and Eric's channel since he blew up to basically what he wanted to be. I did see Jeff Wilson. Technically not a huge fan of Jeff. Duke Maz. Too much camera time on his wife's boobs. Dale. Wait a minute. Hello, Dale. Dale, are you Pacific time? Technically, it's still early if you're still Pacific time, or either that or it's 1:30 in the morning on the East Coast. You're still in California. What he held. Again, still, the cards still look really great. And this is going to be 59s, I believe. Yeah, these are 59s. For good on Friday. All right, look, man, safe travels. But you're still not retiring. You're still going to continue to work. I mean, look at that. That's a nice, clean back. Hey, what's going on, Aaron? Looking at the vintage cards I picked up. Since Dale and Aaron just stopped by, let me go ahead and get back to what I had at the opening of the video. This was the reason I went back to the National. That is Johnny Bench, 10-time Gold Glove autograph on a Rawlings Gold Glove mitt. That is the one main reason I went back to Chicago this year, to get this autographed. And that by itself is pretty much does it for me. I do not think I'm going to be going back. And then these cards that I'm showing are the cards that I picked up while there. Vintage Athletics, anything pre-1968 for the Philadelphia or Kansas City A's. Ken Halley, rookie, yeah. Again, the wrong way. Yeah, they really are. And then they're really awesome. You going to Chantilly? Oh, yeah, that's right, because you'll be right there. Man. and I ended up picking 2 of the Ken Halleys. I didn't go to the YouTube hangout. Actually, I didn't hear from anyone, Maddie. What it came down to is, I mean, I ended up going to the Cubs game on Friday. We sat in the bleachers. I really didn't hear from anybody. So, and I honestly didn't spend that much time at the show. Wednesday, I think we got in Wednesday. Let's see how much time. I don't even remember how much time we spent there. Thursday, Friday, we didn't go at all because we had the game. So we spent the day in the city, and Saturday is the only day we spent almost the whole day there. And then Saturday morning, I spent half the day in the line at PSA trying to drop off my stuff to be graded. That is, as far as YouTube shows goes, the next big show that I'm hoping to do. The next big live is when I get that stuff in. I dropped off 3 68s and 3 comics. So I'm really waiting to see. Packing in the morning. Yeah, man. Look, Dale, thanks for coming by. It'd be nice to see you again. I guess you're flying across, but I'm way down south where you're going across the northern part of the country. So please be safe unless you're hiring somebody to move and you're just flying over. That would be nice. Okay, we should be, that was 58, 59. This should be 60, I believe. Go ahead and again, not all that versed on let's see, 60. This is Tom Akers, 274. Tom Aker, 274. Yep, 1960. And I would know it once I get to the next one because the next year is 61. Yeah, 60. But yeah, these cars, I mean, look at that back. I wish I had held up as good as these cars did. Hank Bauer, outfield. Well, I still haven't gotten my left knee done. You had a back surgery? Or you just want to send pictures of wearing your what you call that thing? Your banana hammock. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, look at that card. That's just beautiful. That's it, yeah. Dale in a thong. (1960) rookie stars. Lou Klemchuk, second baseman, Kansas City Athletics. All right, take it easy, Dale. You be safe, man. They did fine. Jamie and I went. For you guys that didn't know, Jamie and I went with. Golly, I keep hitting this stinking stand. Our sons, Jamie's son Fletcher actually turned 5 Sunday on the drive back, and my birthday was Thursday. I turned 57. So, but we all had a good time. The boys did great. I brought my son Edison, and that's one of Wednesday morning before the show, actually. Edison and I jumped on the blue line, went all the way into town, and went to the Messy Experience. Basically, the Messy Experiences is some type of like a video show kind of thing. Thanks, Maddie. But we It's all about Lionel Messi, basically a soccer or football superstar, and it's all about his life and all that. So we had a really good time doing that. Man, that's golly, it's a good looking card. And that's one of the things that was really nice. Jamie had the all access VIP plan, while I had just the VIP plan. So his came with the parking thing. So we paid, since we got to the show early. We actually got to Chicago um, Tuesday. We went to the White Sox game. We parked at the hotel and we stayed at the Hilton O'Hare in the airport. So we paid one night to stay at the hotel. Then after that, we parked in the parking garage for the show and left the car there and just went ahead and the Bundy Fountain. I've been to the Bundy Fountain. It was years ago when I worked in Chicago, though. A lot of guys from the show. Oh boy, another nice card. And the green in the back is still good colors. They went to the tour Friday morning before the game. They went to the tour of Wrigley. Marv Throneberry, first baseman. Dr. Strangeglove. All right. Everybody knows these. Oops. Norm Seaburn, first baseman, outfield. In 57, Norm led Double-A in hits, doubles, triples, and batting. Wow. Uh, 141. Yeah, it's getting pretty late here. Well, thanks for dropping in, Maddie. And I'm sorry I missed you. Hopefully we can get together and do something else later on. Maybe catch another game if we're in the same city. Sorry. Let me go ahead and flip. Yeah, just flip through these. But these right here, the 62s end up, you get that same as the 71s, since they have that colored border and not white. You get that chipping along the edge of the card. So you get that kind of that white chipping. Kansas City Athletics. We also went to a Monday afternoon or Monday evening. We went to a Kansas City game. We saw the Royals and the Braves play, and the Braves actually pulled the win out. So Jamie was really happy about that. So the Kansas City was number 9, and when I went to the Chicago White Sox game on Tuesday, that was number 10. So I'm now at 10 MLB parks. And one of the things I had been saying since that Tuesday night, because I never really had any intentions of doing, here we go, hit it again, doing the 30 parks. But while we were at the Kansas City game, actually, on Monday evening, Pitcher for the Athletics. No, I guess that's Bass. Oh, it's a rookie at that. Does it say it? Doesn't say it in the card, but first year stats, 40 games. But while we were in Kansas City, we ended up meeting at least two couples. One couple was a man and his wife. They had San Diego jerseys on. Got to talking to them actually while eating before the game. Just, that park was there, number 30. They had done all 30 parks. There's Norm Seaburn. Again, the cars still look great. B2. How's it going, Barry? Thanks for coming in. We're going through some of the cards I picked up at the National. Samoli. Oh, look at that. That guy has 56 and 57 for the Dodgers. Then in 58, when they moved to Los Angeles, they traded to St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, and then 62, Kansas City. 1963 tops. Bob Del Greco. I'm going to do my hand thing again so the phone will focus on the card in the foreground. Manny Jimenez. Rookie Cup. Diego Segui. I ended up picking up two of these. One's more yellowish, one's orange. The back on that one just looks a lot crisper. Yeah, I seem to remember Segui, but not with the Athletics. Holy smokes! Hey, everybody, this is Big A. That's Adrian, right? It's been a long time. Adrian's Big A, and I used to do a bunch of diecast stuff. I used to. Oh, awesome, B2, awesome, Barry. But I haven't actually been doing a whole lot of diecast. Just not hitting anything, really. But Big A's got a great show. If you guys do any diecast or kind of, well, I guess he's primarily hot diecast now. I don't think he did any other collectibles. But you need to check his show. It's a good show. It's a good time. That car's sharp looking. Dick Hauser. Shreveport, then to the Kansas City. Shortstop. Oh, he went on to manage. That's great, man. And Charles, rookie cup card. No, no problem at all, man. One of the things when I remember early on watching Big A's shows and watching a bunch of his videos, he used to do them dual language. He would do the description in English and then he'd do the same description in Spanish. So that was always nice. Kevin, if you're still around, man, if you haven't checked out anything on Big A's channel, you need to do that. Because Kevin is like huge we got him hooked in the diecast, me and a couple other YouTubers, and now he's solidly hooked. Two of these. I don't know why I picked up two of the Elusics. Clean looking card. Probably because one was in the $2, one was in the $1. And it's like, you couldn't really pass it up. Now, these I ended up double up a lot of them. Outfielder. Nelson Matthews. And the reason I ended up doubling up, see, because this is all going to be vintage Kansas City Athletics. And I kind of did that for Edison. Edison, when we first started doing baseball cards and everything, said that he liked the Athletics, and that was because at the time, being really, really young, he was green was his favorite color, and they were the only baseball team that had a really green uniform. So he was a an Oakland Athletics fan, and I went ahead and I was working pretty much on the end of completing that 69 set, and I guess needed in some place to have my vintage collecting and OCD go. So that's where I went. I went with vintage Athletics, Kansas City and Philadelphia Athletics. No, that's okay. Really? So okay, there it goes. Dan Fister pitcher. But you see this right here, and I'm trying to get to one that's got it. That's why I ended up getting a few doubles. No, we don't watch any basketball. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. There it goes. Yeah, I was about to say it's not focusing for squat now. But this big white block right here, like in the others where they have that little comic. There it goes. You can see this one's been rubbed. Back then, you could take a coin and rub over it. And when you did that, it would show the... See, rub edge of nickel or dime over blank box. And it had the little comic thing. So on these, I ended up getting a double one, especially if I could, the comic thing was not rubbed. Seeing that one's decently blank. And see, there it is. That one's, yeah, but it's in the name. But Edison was all about the color. But we didn't do any football, so thank goodness. What's a butterfly in baseball? A knuckleball. See? So it's basically the same as having an unmarked or a blank checklist. Still good looking cars though. I was happy to pick these up. Hi, Paul. Paul, hopefully in about a month, I will have a show that I will happy for you to show up to. I'm gonna try to get it on early. It'd be nice if I can actually jump onto your show when I do it. I turned in my Amazing Spider-Man 298, 300, and 301 to be graded at PSA. So I'd love to be able to go ahead and when those come in. That's not good, not bad. It's kind of, I was looking at how fuzzy that was on the edge there. What's going on, Pops? But yeah, when those come in, if I can go ahead and jump on the Paul and his amazing friends with my amazing Spider-Man, unboxing, that'd be awesome. This one's definitely got better color than this one does. All right, Adrian, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Get some sleep. I need to get some sleep myself, so I got to get up in a few hours to go to work. Just a few more cards, a few more. But like, man, I'm just, as I'm looking at them, just admiring how, this one's a little off center. It's barely got any white inside the photo, and it's, barely got any orange at the bottom where it's miscut. But for these cards being as old as they are, I mean, they're 60 years old. And that just looks great. Oh, from Monroe, Louisiana. Wayne Causey. Oh, this fella's definitely not from Louisiana. Not with a name like that. Mo Drabowski. Get some sleep, man. Oh, that one's centered real nice. Oh, that one's one. Let's see what it says. Who led the NL in triples last year? Fade Pinson, Cincinnati. Here's Gino Samuli. Now look at that red and white. And it looks like black on the cap. That's colors that I haven't seen on with the Athletics before. Still. Car's looking in good shape. Oh. I've got a few of those. Jose Santiago. Oh, that's a 65. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Diego Segui. Also San Juan, Puerto Rico. West Stock. I mean, the card's still looking great. And this is, like I said, this was from a $1, $1.50, and $2 box. I paid on average $1.55 per card. Which is a lot better than eBay pricing. Ed Charles. Thanks, pal. Lou Krause. Coming down to the last few, last 5 or so. Mike Hirschberger. $5 years. Spent the first 4 with Chicago in the American League, so that's going to be the White Sox. And then last year with Kansas City. The Athletics. Jim Dixon. At least we got that green and gold going on, or green and yellow here in 1966. I'm wondering if they're going to change colors once they get to Las Vegas. Don Mossy. For what team, Jay, do you remember? Another one that's really nice centering. Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Kansas. Don pitched in 3 World Series games. Ken Harrelson. It's Woody Harrelson's dad. I have no idea. First baseman. Ken has won several golf tournaments. That's interesting. Hawk Harrelson, huh? So Visalia, back then, Visalia, the Rawhide in California, and in the 60s were the Athletics, and now they're Diamondbacks. After reaffiliation and everything. Kansas City, 63, 64, 65. Well, started his career with Kansas City Athletics. And the last card is actually the most recent year. And 1967, Roger Repose. That's the most recent one. Basically, this is the year I started and then went back from there. Because I've completed a 68. So, Paul, I appreciate you coming by. And yes, I will definitely be by, hopefully, to stop in. And when I get those books in a month, like I said, I'll be looking to try to jump into your video in about a month and do a nice unboxing for some graded comics. For some PSA graded comics. But that's it. That's my national recap. Oh, wait a minute. I've got some mail. I wanted to do mail. There you go. Johnny Bench autograph for you guys heading out. I've got 3 pieces of mail, one of which is piece of mail from my buddy Jimmy Guns. We're going to do that last. As soon as I get that mail done, especially that Guns auto, that Guns card, we're going to head out. All right. This one is eBay. I wrote eBay on it because last time I took the label off and did that, somebody thought it was a TTM. But I don't do TTM. And Barry, I saw you think about the TTM. I watch like Adam's channel. I watch Justin a lot of, do a lot of his TTM unveiling. Adam's the greatest. I love the way Adam does this stuff. I always have. More Kansas City stuff. How you like that? Team card. And that's when they had the red and blue colors. An unmarked checklist. Bobby Shantz. Whitey Herzog. I think he managed for a while after. And let's see, another eBay pickup here. Please leave 5-star rating and feedback. Need to go ahead and do that. I haven't naturally put feedback to a eBay pickup in a minute. Rich Golf Collectibles in Houston, Texas. Yes, some 59s. And this is pretty much the going price for vintage. I paid $3 a card for these. Oh, Charlie, well, I doubled up on my Seacrest because I guess I didn't pay attention to my list when I was getting those because I got 2 Seacrests at the show. And Ken Halley, I got both of these. So I doubled up on both of them. This was common at all of them I looked at. You see how it's cut off there? And then, oh, yeah, at least you can't see it here. This one is probably the best centered one I've seen yet. Complete minor league stats. And Hadley. Oh, played in Little Rock. All right. Almost forgot about that card from Jimmy. Here we go. Hopefully he gets to watch this later on. This right here is from my buddy Jimmy Guns. Bam. Nothing else in there. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't have a knife. I'm so used to doing this with a knife. Excuse me while I try to figure out how to cut this open. Oh. Pokemon pen. All right, let's see. Oh, still didn't get it. Got that one. Got that side. Didn't get this side all the way cut. All right, now we're in. Wait a minute. That's a number to 101. I didn't even turn it over yet. That's numbered. That's a Leaf 1 of 1. Leaf Aquatic Signatures on the front of this card is in. Holy smokes. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. Jimmy, I hope you catch the video. I'm going to go ahead and timestamp it once I get it loaded. Oh, yeah. All right, that is a Johnny Bench autograph card. Leaf 1 of 1. Oh my goodness gracious, that's freaking awesome. Oh, Titus is in. I'm sorry. Hey Titus, man, that's okay. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Guns, buddy, if you're out there, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. That's all right. What a way to cap the show off. All right, we're at 53 minutes in. This card is basically a gift from Jimmy Guns. Guns was actually doing me a solid because I did somebody else a solid. I was in a break with some of the guys that he really some guys that he like promotes. He promotes their breaks. I think it was Midwest box breaks, and it was like a couple of years ago. They did a break. I went ahead and got a spot in it, and I ended up scoring. Oh golly, I don't remember if it was a Nato, Joey Votto. It was either a Joey Votto or Reese Hoskins autographed to like 5. And the guy that in Midwest was a really big fan, and I said, "Look, man, keep it. That's not one of my players. It's not a Diamondback or anything. And not an autograph chaser. If you're a fan, then go ahead and hold on to it, man, and then we're all good." So Jimmy was, again, like I said, he promotes those guys, and he was there in the break and went ahead and said that he'd get me back, and this is really what the only thing I didn't have that I was kind of looking for, because I've got like a little Johnny Bench collection. I've got a bat, a ball, now the glove, and a card. And tell you a little bit about it. If you guys don't know Jimmy, that's not something I never bugged him about it. And every time I'd see him, he'd end up, he'd bring it up and said, "Man, we're all good, whatever it takes." He does a show, hit the gun show it used to be every Monday, then it was Saturday night. I think it's pretty much still running Saturday night. And he'll pop on it occasionally, but he's had a few other things, a few changes going on with himself. But he said he had a video popped up in his feed the other day, and it reminded him, said, "Man," and he hit me up on Twitter and said, I'm getting it. I got it coming for you." So that this is not what I expected, though. I mean, that Leaf Aquatic Signatures, Johnny Bench, 1 of 1. Fantastic. Yeah, well, at the very least, it's even if I don't grade it because I'm not that big into grading, but I'm definitely gonna one touch it and just gonna go in the case with the bat and the ball, and then I'm gonna go ahead and display the glove with it. So Johnny Bench, this is by far my all time favorite player. I've always been a catcher at heart. I never played high school ball or anything like that. Then when I did play rec ball, I was a catcher, and I love that position. I love uh, the thought and everything that goes into being a good catcher. You know, not just the batting aspect of baseball. I think when it comes to baseball itself, the pitchers and the catchers, those guys, they have to, they're the thinkers of the team basically. They have to know what the other team uh, is gonna do and figure out how to beat the game. So when it comes to baseball, those are the two positions. Of course, the skill involved to be a pitcher is just insane. But I think that's why catchers. I've always said that catchers make good managers because they're the field managers. They're the only player on the team that when they're in the field they see the whole field. So I'm blown away by that card. Holy smokes, blown away. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for me. We're an hour in. I appreciate everybody, JT especially, because he was here the whole time with me. I'm sorry if you lost any sleep, my brother. Um, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up so I can get some sleep, so I can wake up in a couple hours to go to work. I still got your cars, by the way. They're sitting right here next to the computer. Actually, if Aaron, I don't think Aaron's still out there. These are going to Jay. See, there's your Optimus. I still got it. But Aaron, if you're out there, I got this for Sam. I need to get that Sam's address. I wrote it down. I actually. Thanks, BT. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, look at Titus. I just finished volunteering. You're a good man, Titus. I don't care if who says otherwise. You're a good man. So, but yes, I'm gonna get that to you. And I had written down Sam. Ended up showing his address on one of Aloha Fridays, and I wrote it down, and I cannot figure out where I wrote it down because I need to get him that Subaru. All right, so I'm gonna say goodnight. God bless everyone, please. Thanks again for watching. I got you covered, brother. I got you covered. And y'all get to sleep. Be safe, and I'll see you guys on Friday for Aloha Friday. Bring a card open, not food. All right. Peace, everybody. Cheers.